business of movies. We love entertainment. We like to be entertained. We like to go to the movies with our friends. We like to go alone sometimes. Daphne being a singer-songwriter, me being a multifaceted artist, Yin being the singer and just an entertainment and experience lover himself, and then Day being a performer himself. We're all up in the entertainment industry. However, there are some things that soar high above others. Right now, the big thing, well, actually, by the time this airs, it may be even further along, but we're going to talk about the Barbie movie. So, there are a lot of people talking about it not being a movie made for kids, yet it's appealing to them. Instead of it being a escapist fantasy movie, the message behind it is why conform to the general expectations of men and women in society? So, since it's not like an escapist, like dull, just like play movie, how do we feel about it now being almost like a political thing?
I mean, I feel it's more like a socio-political thing. You know, it's almost like a social etiquette statement, conformist, non-conformist, which I think, movies like that, it could be, pointing in the right direction or the wrong direction. But for me, movies like that, as long as it's starting a conversation about it, I'm down, and the more we have, movies like that actually bring those conversations into popular culture, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. What about since it's not really geared towards kids, how do you feel about that? Since, Barbie is a toy, how do you feel about it not really being made for kids?
I think, well, I will say that parents go and watch it, and parents, raising their kids should be thinking about these things anyways, and they should be thinking about the toys there and the language surrounding the toys that their kids are playing with. So I think maybe taking something in the context of kids' toys and things like that, and bringing it to the adults and saying, this is what you're presenting your kids with, whether or not we're actually, the movie is actually bringing those conversations into it. I think subconsciously it might actually be a good thing to do something like that, because it kind of makes people think about what we are shoving in our kids' faces.
Right. And to be clear, it's not like the movie is pornographic or it's terrible language. It's just more so the underlying things and the jokes is just more adult.
Sure.
And again, because it's Barbie and Ken, there's no genitalia. Ken doesn't have a penis, Barbie doesn't have a vagina. It's literally still kind of plastic like that. So it's not like there are people outraged because it's not a movie that's geared toward kids,
sure.
play. But there's some adult things that may fly over kids' heads. What do you think?
I mean, well, first off, I just want to point out the Barbie box that you got
going on. Oh, thank you. I didn't even know the questions today.
I personally, I feel like a lot of things that are made and produced now are very, well, if we're talking in the context of, I guess, just Barbie in general, yes, it is a children's toy, but I just feel like everything is geared a little more to be a lot more adult vision type of thing now. I'm sorry, what am I trying to say? Oh my God. I think the intention behind making this movie wasn't really for children at all. What's I think would gravitate a child towards it. It's Barbie, but then also you got all these beautiful, colors and things going on and so on and so forth. So being the fact that people are upset that it's not necessarily geared towards children, and listen, you got Coco Mountain, come on.
Yeah, you guys got plenty of movies to do.
You guys got, all these other, child-friendly kinds of things. So I think as of right now, just people get over it. It's okay. It's a movie. It's a movie. Just like there's a bunch of other movies that are out there for children.
What's funny is that, if you kind of look at Nickelodeon, for example, SpongeBob. This is during prime time where children were watching. So you had SpongeBob, you had Red and Stimpy, you had Real Monsters. Mm-hmm. None of that content was geared towards children.
Oh,
it was on Nickelodeon. I said, I don't think this joke. It was like adult jokes.
Right.
But it was put at the prime time where children are still watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to just single out Barbie, and I think in this, most of our political climate we're in right now, with everybody complaining about everything, I think that's, you know, what's kind of going on. But congratulations to Barbie. They #1 movie right now. I think they grossed over 300 million. So congratulations.
And climbing. Climbing.
Yeah.
So give my little 2 cents on it. I think, you know, today we're just like in a different space where we're in kind of like woke culture, where people don't think children have to be children for so long anymore. Like we're giving the children information sooner, which I love, because, you know, now they can contribute to what the conversation is now. Where I feel like if we went back 30 years, adults controlled everything. You can't do this, child. You can't do this. Where there was no innocence brought to the forefront. Where kids are now more part of the conversations. They're bringing the innocence and fun to everything. Where as adults, we make everything so serious. Like everything was a problem. Everything is an issue. Where kids are more so just like, let's do it. Like, this is something open. This is let's go ahead and be a part of this conversation. So I love that it's being different. And not to mention, Barbie is a toy that goes back years and years and years. So I feel like it's more so a movie that should be for that generation of people that grew up with Barbies. Not these new kids that are just getting them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it makes sense that it is, you know, kind of for the adults. And moving on to another part of the conversation about Barbie, it surpassed $250 million with a stunning $258 million in the first week, and continued to do huge numbers during the week, following an average of 24 million a day.
Baby, can I have 24 million in my account right now?
24 million a day.
There's someone out there.
A day. 24 million a day.
Yeah.
Listen. Okay. And then the last part. So the last part of this conversation is, with these kinds of numbers, is it just me or am I crazy that, you know, we're in a world where actors and writers have to strike for proper pay?
Right.
Ooh. Yikes.
That makes no sense. Ponder on that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you're enjoying the show, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can not only be a part of the conversation, but you will also be in the know when we upload new content. Love and light to you all.